Tip here in Mount Pleasant. You check out Bowling Green starting five. Matisse Kulachkovskis gets in the lineup tonight for just the third time. Central Michigan going with the same starting lineup for a third straight time for the first time this season. Ball up in the air, and we are underway. Edwin Young, Marcus Kosman, and Brian Anslinger, the officials tonight. It's Bowling Green and Central Michigan. Daquan Plowden, everything funnels through the graduate. Falcons can score it with the best of them. And this man can launch from the outside, but Diggs comes up short in his first attempt.
Well, and that's what's going to be interesting tonight, Adam. Central Michigan employs that zone defense. They've brought it in under first-year head coach Tony Barbie, kind of dictated by the way the roster looks. Can Bowling Green knock down outside shots?
They've done it at about an 8.5 mark this year at 35%. Chippewa's first offensive possession. Shot clock under 10. Healy for three. And 2 threes up and 2 misses for each team.
Cam Healy had a bit of a slow shooting day at NIU over the weekend. He's a big key for the Chippewas, Adam. He can be a threat if he knocks him down.
Healy just 2 for his last 13 from deep over the last 3 games. He's going to keep shooting, though, after going 0 for 7, as Matt was mentioning, in DeKalb on Saturday. Central Michigan trying to win a second straight and pick up their first home win under Tony Barbie. Miller, the runner. First 2 to CMU, and the freshman from Chicago.
Well, and that's a shot that Kevin Miller has had to add to his arsenal in his first year at the college level. Being an undersized point guard, got to be able to finish in the lane.
Loose ball on the miss, and a tie-up. It'll go to Central Michigan. Good hustle and energy so far to start this game for Tony Barbie's squad.
Got to be happy with that. And if you're Bowling Green, you're averaging 83 points per game this season. I'll be interested to see how close they can get to that number tonight, because CMU loves to slow things down at their end of the floor when they're on defense.
Ryan Taylor looking for help. Miller coming off his first game. He played 40 minutes, didn't come out. He runs it for CMU with the shot clock at 10. Freshman to freshman. Back to the freshman, Pavretti. Good defense by Plowden on the challenge.
Won't get credited with a block there, but you can tell he had an impact on Nico Pavretti's attempt.
And then a turnover, the first of the game. Chippewas trying to go in transition. Basaint up for 3. And digs the board. Both teams combined 1 for 7 to start this game. Kulachkovskis, nice. No-look pass to Plowden for the stub.
Excellent find. Kind of a no-look pass at the logo, and how can you lose Plowden underneath the type of scorer that he is?
Starting his 104th game for the Falcons and playing in his 145th. That's most in the Falcon program. He has been excellent in his Bowling Green career. Taylor for 3. Popped out.
Both teams combined an 0 for 5 from outside to start, and some good looks for both teams.
There's one that goes down. Kulachkovskis with his 9th of the year. So the Falcons have hit 2 in a row. Dunk giving them some momentum, and they've got their first advantage. Healy over to Miller. Stuck. Bounce out to Basaint. And another miss for the Chippewas. They're 0 for 4 from deep.
Kind of settling right now from the outside. Got to try and work it inside.
Here's the 7th-year head coach, Michael Huger, the former Bowling Green Falcon himself. Led the Falcons to the MAC title game in 2019. They were 2nd in the league heading into the conference tournament in 2020 before it got canceled. Tony Barbie, first year. He comes over from Kentucky, was the former head coach at UTEP, and took UTEP to the NCAA tournament, won a conference championship down there in Texas. So 2 good coaches. Huger obviously has built up his program while Barbie begins his.
Yeah, and I think it'll be interesting to see how Tony Barbie can build up this Chippewa program. Missing jump shots like that is not a good way to do it. Chippewa's ice cold to start.
One of the things that Michael Huger's staff mentioned, they have got to be better defensively, scoring 83 points per game, but giving up too much. They're challenging everything. Chippewa's just 1 for 7 from the floor. Kulakchkovskis misses. Rebound, last touch by the Falcons. We'll head to our
end of the season when all MAC teams come out, but Ralph Basaint is a real X factor for this Central Michigan team. He can really have a huge impact when he goes off for double digits. And like we said in the open, Adam, great rebounder, can block shots, kind of a Daquan Plowden light. A little bit lighter frame than Plowden, but still, they both have the same impact.
Miller splits the D, and he's got the first 4 for CMU. Growing confidence for the true freshman that Tony Barbie calls a gamer. You've got to be a gamer to play 40 minutes. Nice stroke from the outside. Trey Diggs, one of the best from deep. 8th all-time at Bowling Green with 155 long balls.
Reigning 6th man of the year in the Mid-American Conference. He's a guy you have to keep track of if you're the Chippewas.
Healy out to Taylor, loves the corner, and hits it from there.
It was about time CMU knocked down one from the outside. You start to get into territory where you start questioning yourself if you keep missing them from the outside. So important for them to get one to go.
CMU's got the best percentage from deep in the MAC at 37%, but Matt's right. They were 0 for 4 before that one went down. Falcons keep it after the near steal. Curtis got hit by Healy, and he's going to the free throw line.
It's a good example of that zone defense for Central Michigan and how you can try and beat it in a multitude of ways. You see right here, Bowling Green swung the ball over, and Samari Curtis had the ball in his hand on the near wing. Quick ball movement is how you can beat that zone defense, and CMU doesn't just play one. It's not a Syracuse 2-3 zone. It's not a 1-3-1, and they don't play it every time. They play all versions of it, and they're swarming around the court at times. It can be really unnerving to play against, but as long as you move the ball quickly, it really kind of negates a lot of the impact the zone can have.
0 for 2 right there for Curtis. Healy up for 3 on the other end, and it's a 5-point swing. Back-to-back threes go down, and CMU reclaims the lead. That's more of what we've seen from Cam Healy, averaging nearly 50% from deep this year. Inside the Kent State transfer, O'Neal has it blocked. Plowden tries to clean it up, and again, just smacks it off the backboard.
Kind of like a man amongst boys on the inside on that play. Did it all by himself, gobbled up the loose ball, and then an easy tip-in on the second chance.
First player in program history to have 1,200 career points, 800 career rebounds, and 100 career blocks, Daquan Plowden. Curtis up the other way. Plowden there for the stuff again.
Look out, Falcon fans. Daquan Plowden heating up early. Back-to-back buckets, and you know, Adam, a guy like that who loves to score the basketball, all it takes is just a couple to get you going.
Miller tries the runner and hits it. Kevin Miller versus Daquan Plowden through the first 6.5 of this game.
And Miller, after making a freshman mistake on that last possession, an ill-advised spin move that led to a turnover the other way, good to see him come back and make a play.
Good game between these two. Curtis can't hit, but the long rebound to Gordon. Fresh 20 on the clock for the Falcons. Curtis a little bit closer. Same result. O'Neal, though. No. And an offensive foul called on Gabe O'Neal, trying to get that one back.
Gabe O'Neal, a first-year transfer from Kent State. And you see fresh faces. Didn't play last time out. He's in the ballgame early. Dylan Juergens, a guy that has seen his minutes continue to grow throughout the season. He checks in for the first time for Central Michigan. Can the role players play a little bit of a bigger role here tonight?
When you start to get to that midway point of the season or midway point of conference play and guys start to lose themselves and get injured. Miller's got a burst tonight. He's got 8 of the first 14 for CMU. And there's the knockaway from Basaint. Again, that's what they love about Ralph Basaint, that athleticism. He can affect so many plays defensively. Blocking, tips, jumping in to cause havoc inside. Length is an issue.
See what I mean by this zone defense? It certainly doesn't look like you're just sitting back and waiting. All 5 players moving in unison. Very active zone.
Basaint down to the floor, gets tied up. And this will stay with Bowling Green. One of the reasons you run that, too, against the Falcons, they are one of the best teams in the country at getting to the free throw line and making the free throws. 335 made free throws, which is top 10 in the NCAA and first in the MAC. So how do you combat potentially fouling them? Sink into that zone defense.
Zone defense and making sure you're not reaching in, you're not grabbing on passing lanes. You're just playing smart defense. If you can avoid getting into that bonus early, you're going to limit their opportunities to get there.
Gordon wide open. All net. Good-looking stroke from the transfer.
Who needs free throws? Let's just knock down threes instead.
Take that, absolutely. Myron Gordon came over after spending 3 years at Samford. Gives Bowling Green the lead back. The miss from Harrison Henderson. And Fulcher wants to run. Three ball is up, and it's down from Chandler Turner.
Look out. 4 threes already for Bowling Green. I was talking to some people here before the game tonight when we got to the arena. I said, if Bowling Green can knock down 6, 7, maybe even 8 threes in the first half, look out.
Kevin Miller nearly turned it over, and it doesn't turn into a turnover. Miller from his knees. Not even sure how he saw Dylan Juergens. Plowden secures the miss. Inside, no one there against Fulcher, but he missed the bunny. Kulach Klovskis goes back up, and he finishes. And that draws the timeout from Tony Barbie. 8 straight from the Falcons.
From number 2. He just kept trying to shoot his way out of it, and it just wasn't his night. Maybe his night tonight.
By the way, the official stopped by there in the media. Inadvertent whistle. Thought that Tony Barbie had called the timeout. He didn't, so they just turned that into a media stoppage. So we continue. Fulcher hits the corner 3. It's an 11-0 spurt, and Bowling Green can't miss from the outside.
You can see why the Falcons average 83 points a game, able to knock down shots at a high clip, and once they start feeling it from the outside in that zone defense, if you're not going to get out and hedge in the corners, Bowling Green's going to knock them down all night.
And all of a sudden, this is a 9-point lead thanks to an 11-0 run. Central Michigan hasn't scored in over 2 minutes. They're trying to find a run stopper. Miller will try to be that. Misses his first try from 3. And the rebound battle continues to favor Bowling Green. Knocked away by Miller on the other end. 16-5. The Falcons owning the glass through the first 10 minutes of this game.
Dominating, and 7 offensive rebounds have led to 9 second chance points for Bowling Green. The Chippewas have yet to even have an attempt at a second chance point with 0 offensive rebounds. Cleaning up the Windex men from Bowling Green.
They have been good on the road. Won 2 straight. Trying to bounce back after a tough loss to Kent State on Saturday at the Stroh Center. Turner straight away. Another one he thought maybe would go down. Pavretti clears.
Can't be disappointed if it doesn't go in after this hot start.
That was a team heat check right there. Miller creates some contact as he's the aggressor here in the first 10 minutes. They found who they're trying to go to offensively, and Miller creates a couple of, nope, they are going to stay on the floor. Back out to Miller. Bounces to Pavretti. Out to the corner for Taylor. And the 3 falls off.
That's the difference in the game right now. You look at it, Chippewas 2 of 10 to start. Bowling Green 5 of 9. The difference is from beyond the arc.
Great rotation. Turner. A little bit short. Maybe this is the answer. Try and get out and run if you're Central Michigan to get an easy look. Healy the pump fake. And he gets fouled on the 3-point attempt by Gordon. Well, that's not what you want if you're Michael Huger, playing great defense, not allowing buckets. And then you give up an easy, chintzy type of foul right here, and it'll turn into 3 shots.
And that's tough on Myron Gordon right there, because you fall for the pump fake, but then you think you're just going to get your hand in the way, And I don't know if the replay that we saw didn't certainly show a lot of contact on that attempt by Cam Healy. But if he misses 1 or 2 at the free throw line, it turns into a good foul.
Cam Healy, 9 for 12 at the line before that miss. He was clutch on Saturday from the charity stripe. Ends a 3-minute and 33-second scoreless drought. Central Michigan shooting just 37% though, while Bowling Green has knocked down 5 of their 9 attempts from deep.
Everybody that's played for Bowling Green has a rebound already. If you need further evidence as to the sizable advantage in that category, Bowling Green, everyone getting involved.
We get a foul inside on Plowden, a push working on Harrison Henderson. So 1 for 3 at the stripe for Healy. But Henderson working inside creates another opportunity. If you're Central Michigan, that's who needs to get going. Harrison Henderson not able to do much. Basate straight away. Too long. Good block out by Kulachkovskis inside.
I mean, ice cold. I mean, there's no reason to keep going back to the well and force it. Go inside. Start driving to the basket. I know Cam Healy just went 1 for 3 from the free throw line, but that could be your answer. Get to the free throw line.
And I think that's why Tony Barbie took out Pavretti for the more skilled Harrison Henderson that can create a little bit better for himself. When they're not going down from deep, you got to try and get it into the big fella.
Yeah, and I think that starts with Miller. Starts with the point guard. He's the one that's kind of running your sets on the outside.
Up ahead off the miss. Taylor leaks out and stuffs.
Those are good, too. Fast breaks are a good way to do it. Getting out and run and beat that good Bowling Green defense down the floor.
3 straight for Central Michigan to draw back within 6. Falcons trying to get a bucket here. They haven't scored in 2 minutes all of a sudden. Fulcher, nice take, and it stays down.
The kind roll and a good finish. Been a team effort on the glass and scoring. 5 different players have assists for Bowling Green so far tonight.
Fulcher has the last 5, part of that All-MAC freshman team a year ago. Henderson, one-on-one. Good move, but couldn't get it to go. And Diggs pulls down the board from Taylor. 1 and done for CMU. 19-9 on the boards for Michael Huger's squad. And a near giveaway. They do say Curtis crossed the line. Good effort, though, right at half court. Nearly saved it.
I think you can give Daquan Plowden a lot of the credit for this domination by Bowling Green early on the glass. He doesn't get credited with the rebound on that last play, but Brian Taylor is going up for that, and he gets 2 hands on the ball, and then Daquan Plowden's strength with 1 hand on the basketball breaks that up. He doesn't get credited with the rebound in the box score, but he's impacting seemingly every single play at both ends.
Call me old school, but you don't see as many of the blockouts anymore. They've been doing a great job getting a body on the Chippewas inside. Healy wide open and hits the triple, his second. Just the 3rd 3 in 12 attempts for CMU.
Got to try and keep up with the Joneses, and that means the Falcons, they've been hot so far, both inside and out. Got to get something going.
There's Webb in there to get a steal. Up ahead, Miller one-on-one with the block master, and he maneuvers to his left and pulls CMU to within 3. Miller has 10 already for the Chippewas. Turner to answer. An air ball, but there's Plowden. Curtis fires. And the clear out from Taylor.
I don't even know when to jump in to get 2 words in. We're going up and down all of a sudden.
That's what happens when you have a team like Bowling Green that scores over 80 a game. Top 10 in the country. Webb, nobody there. Flipped it up, and the high archer. Michael Huger wants a timeout.
Was encroaching on lookout territory. You know, I mean, Bowling Green had gotten off to a hot start. Then they started knocking down threes at him after they kind of weathered the early storm. And you wondered, is this going to snowball to double digits? And are the Falcons going to go in with a big lead at halftime? Give the Chippewas some credit. They get to that media time out of the under 12. They really right the ship. And then they go on a little bit of a run themselves.
Now for Bowling Green, scoreless over the last 2 minutes. How do they answer? Tough take, and O'Neal line drives it off the rim, and it hops in.
I won't make the Shaq comparison, but still big man underneath with a silky smooth touch.
We're in 32. It's easy. Henderson, tough catch against the Shaq lookalike. And that one pops out.
Jack Webb used all the luck off of that rim.
Well, O'Neal says, listen, you want the hop, you got to throw it right off the rim, not that touch you tried. Try O'Neal again. Wide open. 3-ball is short from Mills, rather. Up ahead, Healy, an easy lay-in.
Chippewas catch a break. A breakdown defensively led to a wide open look for three for Bowling Green. It goes begging, and it ends up in a transition lay-in.
Gordon tries for three. Well, Bowling Green just firing him from the outside. They're leading these runouts. Miller one-on-one. Up, and Plowden stuffs that one. Stays with CMU, though.
Two-handed block. I mean, not many guys can do that.
First block tonight for Plowden. The 25th this season. Miller out to Henderson. There's a triple, the fourth for CMU.
Kind of tale of two halves within a half, right? Bowling Green starts out hot, builds a lead, and the Chippewas have found their sea legs now towards the end of the first half.
Central Michigan leading for the first time since early after that spurt from the Falcons. Good game back and forth between Bowling Green and Central Michigan. Under 5 to play in the first 20. Plowden, jab. And the shot off. Miller fighting with O'Neal. And last touch by Miller. It'll stay with Bowling Green.
Nothing against Kevin Miller, but I'm taking Gabe O'Neal every time.
Yeah, I think so.
Tough to box out Gabe O'Neal when you're Kevin Miller's size.
240 against 165. Now, it may work on the offensive end. Gets that out to Henderson. His first triple. Had the big three on Saturday to kind of ice it against NIU. Turner misses. And all of a sudden, Bowling Green has been cold from the outside. Miller off the spin. The dime to Hodgson, who lays it in. 7 assists for Kevin Miller on Saturday. And he's continuing that tonight against the Falcons. That's short, but they get a bump called on Miller. And there's going to be free throws.
So they get Miller with the whistle there. And that's maybe, other than a turnover to his first misstep of the night. Listen to his line so far. On 5 of 7 shooting from the field, 10 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. We're encroaching on thinking about a triple-double, and we still have 4:19 left in the first half.
Tony Barbie said it on Saturday, Matt. If Cam Healy knocks down a couple of his three-point attempts, Kevin Miller's got his first career double-double at NIU Saturday. And you're right. He's got a chance to even one-up that and maybe get a triple-double as he gets a well-earned break.
At the right side of your screen, I'm shocked to see Kevin Miller on the bench. Didn't come out in that game against NIU, and you can see his head down. The guy's given everything he has, and Adam, first year on campus, how good is this guy going to be?
He's special. Barbie utilizing that media timeout to probably give him a quick break and then get him back in. Probably the next whistle will get us to media. Going to get a couple of free throws. Nope, they're staying on the floor inside.
How about the officials tonight? Pleasing to the eye, my man. 5 fouls, 2 fouls. You know me. Less whistles, the better. I love the up and down basketball.
I think a lot of that is because of Bowling Green, the way they're shooting it from the outside. Cam Healy says, don't forget about me. He's got his third triple, and he's got 12.
Both teams now 5 of 14 from the outside. Mirror images of one another.
And keep shooting from deep. Mismatch to the far corner. And a travel call. That's been the bugaboo for Bowling Green. 6 giveaways to just 2 for Central Michigan. And the Falcons ran through them in both games. Central Michigan does hold the advantage, though, here at home, 23-18.
I think we're going to have another back-and-forth affair tonight. CMU the latest to throw a punch, but I expect Bowling Green to try and go on a little bit of a run here to end the first half.
You got a travel called. Remember that, though? It felt like a baseball home and home, playing Tuesday against Bowling Green, then come back home, play them on Saturday.
I remember that was my first visit to the Stroh Center. Not too bad.
A nice barn down there.
It's tough when the bleachers at the bottom were pushed back against the wall. It was a pretty hollow field. I'm looking forward to my next visit when I can get a look up close and personal to those Bowling Green fans.
It's a great look right there off I-75 down Ohio. Plowden trying to help out, create for his teammates. Curtis got caught in the air. Healy jumped past to save it and does so. Active defense by Tony Barbie's squad. Largest lead for the Chippewas. No surprise, Kevin Miller back in the game. And now an offensive foul called on Hodgson. So Chippewas struggling to work the ball around the perimeter.
Just the third turnover for Central Michigan. 7 for Bowling Green here in the first half. They need to try and right the ship a little bit. Start taking better care of the basketball. I'll get it.
22-15 still in favor of the rebounds. Even up a little bit. The Falcons 9-2 on the offensive glass. And now we've got a turnover and a travel called on Kulachkovskis. So both teams can't get out of their own way right now. That's what you get for bringing up the tempo and the pacing of this game, Matt.
Hey, man. I'm all about better product for the fan at home.
Let's see what we get on this possession from CMU. Basaint down the lane, threw it up, was looking for contact out the other way. Plowden behind the back, goes tomahawk and it's stuffed by Basaint. My goodness. Miller bounces to Henderson. He's going to the free throw line. Ralph Basaint, we've talked so much about Plowden on the defensive end. Look at Basaint go get this one.
Daquan Plowden thought he had a clear path to the rim, was going to go tomahawk slam one-handed, and Ralph Basaint meets him at the apex.
10th block this year for Basaint. We told you, he leads them in so many categories. Minutes, points, rebounds, steals, blocks, affects the game in so many ways. In the meantime, Henderson pushes this lead up to a touchdown, 35-28.
Well, and Ralph Basaint gets that big block on Plowden, but he also had a big block that kind of helped CMU get to the finish line over the weekend in that win against Northern Illinois. And Adam, I think that win against the Huskies on the road changes the complexion of the rest of their season. They go on the road, get a big win, and you look at the standings entering play tonight. Bowling Green 7, Central Michigan 8. They're right next to one another.
Nobody really knows about CMU in this league. This would certainly open some eyes if they could find a way to win 2 in a row. Foul called on the rebound attempt. We're going to go the other way. And this is going to go against Matisse Kulachkovskis. So bonus time for CMU, and Ralph Basaint headed to the stripe. This thing could push to a 10-point advantage. Chippewas 3 for 5 at the free throw line tonight. It's an area they've continued to try and improve, shooting just 66% as a team. And that one pops out.
And Tony Barbie was talking with the Chippewas at the sideline at the beginning of that 1-and-1.
Nice finish at the rim from Samari Curtis.
Really interesting. So they don't have anybody on the free throw line for the 1-and-1. Bowling Green gets an easy defensive rebound. They turn it into points the other way.
That ends a 1 for 9 from the floor for BG. Healy, another 3. Short, and out comes Curtis. Quickly down the floor, looking for a transition 3. Chippewas recover. They had a mismatch for a moment. Plowden on Healy, but couldn't get it to him. Plowden tries from deep. And the rebound for Henderson.
Halfway down.
And a timeout taken by Tony. Draws some whistles against Central Michigan, who only has 3 team fouls in this first half. 9
offensive rebounds for Bowling Green. Just 9 second chance points. If you get extra looks on a possession, you got to make them pay.
Can't leave Healy open. He does make Bowling Green pay.
15 for Cam Healy. I think it's safe to say he's out of that slump.
Yes, sir, he is. Largest lead for the Chippewas. Nearly. That one muscled up from Gordon. Healy tonight, 4 for 6 from from deep. And you look at the other games this year from Cam Healy where he struggles to score from the three-point line, that next game he has blown up each time.
And, knowing the situation coming into this one, you get a win on the road. Now you've got 3 in a row at home beginning tonight for the Chippewas. Bowling Green in here tonight. In-state rival Western Michigan comes in on Thursday, and then the surging Buffalo squad comes in on Saturday. So a chance to really make a name for yourself in conference play, but you needed your stars to start playing to their potential, and that is Cam Healy here tonight.
Remember, CMU still doing this without a couple of their starters. Myron Staffy, Oscar Lopez. They lost Jackson as well, who has been their leading scorer. This team figuring out. Bowling Green shorthanded as well, trying to play through some injuries. Big miss tonight. Joe Reese, their starter typically. Not with the team right now. Didn't make the bus trip to Mount Pleasant. That one off the knee of Miller and leans right into Gordon, easing it for 2. 6-point game, and the Falcons, nice little run here to get back into this.
Yeah, big turnover to get that and then turn it into points. Try and steal back a little momentum.
Miller the other way, tries to throw it up, and Basainth wasn't quite ready for it. Final couple of seconds. Gordon heaves. And that one would have been good if it goes. Pretty good.
Your program right there.
Not even in the record book the last time there was a triple-double. We've been told we think you got to go back to the mid-2000s and Chris Kaman, the former Clipper and NBA great. We'll see if that happens here in the second half. Healy going to try and keep shooting it well from deep. That one crawls off for just his 3rd miss from the outside.
Well, and that's how the first half started, Adam. Central Michigan started cold from the outside. Bowling Green was able to get out to an early lead in this one. Maybe they start the second half in the same way.
Diggs long 2. Nice looking rhythm right there. 5 for Trey Diggs. Usually he's doing it from outside the arc. And Bowling Green, as much as they were down 9 and kind of reeling at the end of the first half, back to within 4. Miller has 2 fall down, wide open, and hits from the elbow. Beautiful move by Kevin Miller.
The move never makes the highlight tape when the shot doesn't go in, right? It's kind of a half play, but when you can put some guy on skates and then make the bucket, that's the one.
Great drive the other way from Curtis. Henderson to the corner. Healy along 2. And he's missed his first 2 attempts in this second half. Michael Huger's team battle-tested. 2 straight wins on the road. Diggs off. Plowden goes to get it. Up against Henderson and draws contacts. That's Daquan Plowden at his best. 8 rebounds for the senior.
And you see Harrison Henderson kind of got some searching arms. He can't believe the call, but getting Plowden on the arm, that's a clear foul. I don't love the shot by Diggs on the outside. That doesn't really come out of the flow of the offense, but maybe that's not a bad offense to just throw up a shot from the outside and let Daquan Plowden go get the offensive rebound.
Plowden misses the free throw. Bowling Green just 2 for 7 from the free throw line. Again, they had made 335 free throws coming in, which is first in the MAC.
Well, and the Philly native shoots it at over 80%.
Rims unkind so far for Bowling Green, but he hits the second. He's tied for the lead with 7 for the Falcons. 3-point game. Miller, second leading scorer, 12 points, 6 for 8 for CMU. Taylor driving, takes contact, and he's going to go to the free throw line. So a couple of free throw opportunities early in the second half for both squads.
See Brian Taylor off the bounce there. He's got Diggs searching, and he just kind of goes into the body. Sometimes that's just a tough spot to be in as a defender. There's really nothing you can do when you're just trying to stay in front, move your feet, and play good defense. And Brian Taylor says, I'm going to go up through your chest if that's all right. There's really nothing you can do.
6 points for Taylor. He had 9 and 5 rebounds with 3 blocks at NIU. He was real key, getting a couple knockaways against the Huskies.
Brian Taylor listed at 6'6", 205 out of Detroit. But when he goes and uses that vertical leap and throws those long arms at you, it looks like it's just a velociraptor flying at you when you're trying to shoot a three, and it makes life really difficult.
Tough when you got him and Basaint and sometimes Henderson. A lot of wings to try and get through. Full court press here by Tony Barbie's squad. Handled by Samari Curtis, the transfer from Nebraska and last year from Evansville. 5 different players coming from the transfer portal for Bowling Green here in 2022. Diggs a couple of jabs. Curtis launches and fills it up.
I was about to say, that's the zone defense for you. That's what it's designed to do. Can't game plan for a guy like Curtis knocking down a shot like that.
BG shooting their way back into this. It's 2 points, the difference. And now the knock away from Plowden. Falcons have come out ready to go in this second half. That's knocked away by Basaint.
Well, you like the energy from Michael Huger's group. Kind of taking it right to the teeth of the Chippewa defense. And Basaint getting a fingernail on that just to deflect it out of bounds.
Well, the Chippewas picking up a ticky-tack foul, maybe?
Yeah, a lot of contact in that bunch at the top of the free throw line. Kind of got to let Diggs go there. That's an easy one on the Chippewas.
It's the first on Taylor. Bowling Green, the aggressor, through the first 3 minutes of this second half. Have a chance to tie or take the lead for the first time since they were up 23-14. Up top, Plowden. Nearly an air ball. A pass right down low, though. And a travel.
The 12th offensive rebound for Bowling Green, and you turn it over by moving your pivot foot right there. Tough luck there for the Falcons.
Looked like if he holds that, too, he may have had an opportunity to draw a whistle on Henderson.
I mean, it's just interesting to look at the scoreboard. You see the Chippewas leading, shooting it better from the field, but the hustle category, 4 steals for Bowling Green, an 11 rebound advantage.
BG active defensively, not easy offensively for CMU to start this second half. There's the bump on Mills, kind of a bailout foul late in the shot clock.
Michael Huger wants a double dribble there. When Ralph Basaint dropped the ball, going for a handoff, and then maybe there's even a double dribble or a travel on Miller. I think Mills is unlucky to get that foul called on him.
Yeah, I thought that was a double dribble as well. That one goes off the bottom of the backboard. They say Bowling Green tipped it there. It looked like Plowden got a hand on it, so keep it with Healy. But yeah, handoff that Miller didn't take. And then after recollecting, there was a dribble there and no touch anywhere else. Healy in the corner. Needs to get one, but he's now 0 for 3 from the field. Basaint skied for it, but comes down, and that's a travel. So the Chippewas struggling in this second half, just 1 for 5 from the floor.
Game's kind of lost a little bit of rhythm the last minute or two. But Bowling Green won't care if they get a bucket here and take the lead.
And I think Bowling Green likes that, not allowing Central Michigan to get out in transition, get easy buckets, able to get back and defend in the half court.
Which is funny to say because they're the ones that are the high-flying scoring attack.
Plowden one-on-one. Healy trying to help out if need be. Ball knocked away. Curtis recollects. Open 3. Diggs is short. Another offensive rebound, but thrown away by Mills, and now the Chippewas will run. Miller up top, Taylor, and a foul called.
On the initial lob, it looked like it was going to be a tough ask to have Brian Taylor reach that thing and throw it down. You can see right there, the lob's too far away from the basket. But Brian Taylor does a good job of just getting it. Daquan Plowden is coming into your living room.
Shane Kinney, look out down there on the baseline. How about him staying composed, though? Got the shot, no problem. Plowden flying at you in your living room.
And Daquan Plowden's got his next Instagram post ready to go.
Remember the LeBron James Miami Heat and Dwayne Wade coming right at the camera. It's kind of a solo look right there.
Oh, no. Oh.
Rip away momentarily, but it leads to a three, and that's a big change right there as Mills gets his first field goal.
Just one bounce doesn't go your way. Kevin Miller thinks he has his steal and is about ready to go on the fast break. They snake it right back.
Miller going right up, and a double dribble called. So that time they don't get the benefit of the call. Fifth giveaway.
Because it's an animal looking for a shadow.
You think Tony Barbie wants in on our Groundhog Day talk?
I wonder if he's ever seen the movie Groundhog Day. Bill Murray classic.
44-44. And the Falcons have come out pushing the gas here in this second half. 4 for 8 from the floor. They've outscored CMU 11-5 to tie things up. Trying to take their first lead since 27-26 with 5 minutes to go in the first half.
Oh,
Taylor
my.
says, Bowling Green keeps it with 7 on the ticker.
Something to remember. Got to have some urgency. Too easy, Brian Taylor. He makes it look easy, I should say. That is not an easy block, but Brian Taylor is a unique specimen, and he's able to make that thing look easy.
Does that one go on the Instagram or the TikTok?
TikTok, there you go.
Shot clock is low, absolutely. Diggs, a step-back contest.
No.
Get out of here. What a shot.
Those hurt. Those hurt if you're playing really good defense like Central Michigan was. The possession, a great block attempt.
47-44, first lead in this second half. Central Michigan has been struggling on the offensive end to find any rhythm.
Good things happen when Miller has the ball in his hands. I think this is the right play.
Splits the double team. Kick out 3 for Basaint. Got it. And we're tied. Right on cue, Matt. You called that.
Triple-double watch. 9 assists for Kevin Miller.
How about looking down and seeing that that's Ralph Basaint's first 3 points of the game. Comes at a big time. Inside, Basaint tried the knockaway. He picks up his second.
But also, that shot is equally big because Diggs hits a backbreaker 3 the last time down the floor. You run a good set right there. I mean, as the clock's winding down, he has no choice but to hoist. And then Basaint is able to knock it down and reward his teammate Kevin Miller for making that play happen.
You can play as good a defense as you want, but better offense always wins out. Basaint fouled in the open floor. Smartly done by Kulach-Klovskis.
Say that 10 times fast.
Kulach-Klovskis.
You've had it all night. From the very first. You had him at tip-off saying he was in the lineup, so I give you all the credit in the world.
He's been at Bowling Green now for a few years. Latvia native. Central Michigan now trying to retake the lead. Miller from the outside. And Hodgson fighting for the loose ball. And there is Kulach-Klovskis. Right down the lane. Curtis gets hit. Thought maybe there was some contact. Ralph Basaint wanted an armbar push-off. But Curtis has given Bowling Green the lead right back. Great game tonight in McGurk. 49-47. These two get together. It usually comes down to the end. Last year, certainly the outlier in both games. Central Michigan won just 3 conference games a year ago, 3-13.
Battle between Plowden and Basaint in the paint. Now they're on the perimeter.
Miller trying to go around Diggs. Bounces to Hodgson. It was blocked from behind, and it'll stay with CMU. What a find from Miller.
Hodgson's got to be quicker. When he gets that, he's got to go right up with it. He's afraid of getting blocked underneath.
Miller's going, that's my 10th dime, Caleb. That's my double-double right there.
That's my plaque that's going on the wall. That's the first one. That dime. Maybe next time.
It was Healy last game. It's you this game. I'm sure that's not what he's saying. Just what we're saying. Miller, oh my, that was nice.
The good ones make it look really easy. Plowden makes rebounding the basketball look pedestrian, and Kevin Miller driving into the paint and finishing is something special.
Plowden for 3. Rebound by Harrison Henderson. Kevin Miller, 14 points on 7-10 shooting, 7 boards, and 9 assists. Watch number 2, the freshman from Chicago. Knocked away. Plowden, good read on it, and I think CMU lucky to still have the basketball.
Yeah, Kevin Miller immediately looks over to Tony Barbie, and I don't read lips. He said something to try and calm his point guard down because I don't think he wants that risky pass going over the top.
The budding relationship between those two this year has been so fun to watch. The way the trust has grown, the way Miller came off the bench in the beginning of the year. But Plowden has his number on that possession. Second knockaway turns into a turnover. Curtis pulls up. Maybe not the best shot right there. Healy taps it to Basaint and outruns Taylor. One-on-one, pulls up and can't get it to go.
They had Healy open in transition. Maybe got to pass that one next time.
Plowden right into Henderson, and that's a charge. Nice take from Harrison Henderson.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, that's the third on Daquan Plowden.
Yes, it is. So might have to.
Let's look at the. Oh no!
That big left boot right there.
That should have been a block.
And there's the assistant. Went over to Michael Huger and said, "That's number 3."
And unlucky to pick up his third.
Healy, nowhere to go. Henderson pulls. In and out. And we're still locked at 49.
Chippewa is 3 for 11 in the second half.
That's a credit to this defense from BG. Straight away, no. Plowden, yes. And he's going to the free throw line. Nearly a chance at 3.
I mean, this guy is unbelievable rebounding the basketball. For general.
All right, Plowden at the free throw line. BG just 3 for 8 from the stripe tonight. And Plowden continues the struggles. Falcons leaving some points out there, and we have been deadlocked at 49 for the last 2 minutes. 7 points, 8 rebounds. And a couple more missed free throws from Plowden. 49 up. Taylor pulls for 3. Had a little space, and it doesn't go down. I don't know if that's the shot you want while you're slumping right now. Plowden spins off Healy and dumps it in.
That's what he can do when his team needs a bucket. He's just going to choose to go and make a move. Chippewas need to be smart with their shot selection. That wasn't a good look last time down. You need to make sure you're using the shot clock and you're running your sets.
It's not there right now when you're 3 for 12 in the second half and 1 for 5 from deep. Kevin Miller, better looking shot, and he's got 16.
Maybe it's Miller and Plowden down the stretch trading buckets.
New career high for the freshman Miller.
Yeah, and if I'm Daquan Plowden, I want the ball.
Miller now going in against Diggs. He's got 18, and he thought he got fouled. Go off, Kevin Miller. CMU back in front, thanks to 4 in a row from the freshman from Chi-Town. And now another rip away. Miller 3-on-1. Gives it up for Taylor, and there's the 10th dime for Kevin Miller, who's got a double-double, and he's leading CMU to a 4.
They may be playing some of their best basketball of the season.
First career double-double for Kevin Miller, 18 points, 10 assists, and he's also got 7 boards. Still has a chance for a triple-double with 10 minutes to play. 6-0 run for CMU, and for Bowling Green out of the Michael Huger timeout, they need some points. 1 for their last 4. To the corner, Diggs. Good closeout by Taylor.
He made one from right here a few minutes ago.
Henderson straight up, and a foul called as he went a little bit with the bump in the body there, his second.
And that's a tough one. 4 on the shot clock when Henderson kind of gets caught flat-footed. Tony Barbie probably not happy. I know he's not happy with that foul late in the shot clock, but got to lock in for another 20. If you're Falcons, you've got new life.
The Falcons need a bucket. 14 turnovers, and the last couple have been costly, leading to runouts. Diggs, little push off, and that's got to go the other way. Edwin Young clarifying it with Brian Anslinger, and that is the call.
Brian Taylor moving his feet, and I think that's a really good call by our officials. If you're a Bowling Green fan, you just kind of shake your head and think, how have we been slowed down like this? Averaging 83 a game. We're halfway through the second half. They're only sitting at 51.
That's 3 turnovers, their last 3 possessions. Healy still can't get one to go, and the long rebound, fortunate to fall in Fulcher's hands. Now inside O'Neal, good positioning, And he couldn't get anything to go.
You can just see on the faces of Bowling Green's players, they're frustrated by what Central Michigan is doing defensively.
And Miller will slow it down. They'll run the offense. 9:30 to go. CMU by 4. Falcons trying to get stops. Little pocket pass. Henderson. Oh, that was pretty.
Wow, what a find by Kevin Miller for his 11th assist of the night.
7 for Henderson. Miller is crafty. O'Neal, the turnaround hook is short. Offensive rebound. Turner came out of nowhere, but it popped out. Diggs fighting, and last touch by Bowling Green. Oh, that's great effort inside. Bowling Green just couldn't buy one, and they get Plowden back in the game. They need him.
That's what's driving me crazy. What a rebound. I mean, poor box out by Central Michigan, and then you can just see Diggs is trying to do everything he can to get his fingertips on that ball. But that's what's driving me nuts looking at the box score. A 39-26 advantage on the boards. 16 offensive rebounds. And yet they find themselves down 6.
And only 4 for Central Michigan. Chippewas, though, shooting 45%. Miller in complete control right now. He's got 18 points, 11 assists. Coming out party for the freshman. Off the cross. And the no-look to the corner. Basaint to beat the buzzer. And the loose ball to Taylor. Kick out Healy, 3. Yes, sir! First points of the second half for Healy, and it gets it to a 9-point advantage. CMU has equaled their largest lead. Big moment for Bowling Green. Turner bounces inside, and it hit him as he was out of bounds. And the Falcons just can't do anything offensively. They haven't scored in 3.5 minutes, and CMU's on an 11-0 spurt.
Yeah, you give Central Michigan a lot of credit for bottling up this high-powered, high-octane offense for the Bowling Green Falcons, and Michael Huger's over there on the sideline looking for answers.
Offense is humming right now under Miller. He'll drive again, and he gets fouled. And Kevin Miller going to have a couple of free throws when he comes back.
They may be playing some of their best basketball of the season.
First career double-double for Kevin Miller. 18 points, 10 assists, and he's also got 7 boards. Still has a chance for a triple-double with 10 minutes to play. 6-0 run for CMU, and for Bowling Green out of the Michael Huger timeout, they need some points. 1 for their last 4. To the corner, Diggs. Good closeout by Taylor.
He made one from right here a few minutes ago.
Henderson straight up, and a foul called as he went a little bit with the bump in the body there, his second.
And that's a tough one. 4 on the shot clock when Henderson kind of gets caught flat-footed. Tony Barbie probably not happy. I know he's not happy with that foul late in the shot clock, but got to lock in for another 20. If you're Falcons, you've got new life.
The Falcons need a bucket. 14 turnovers, and the last couple have been costly, leading to runouts. Diggs, little push off, and that's got to go the other way. Edwin Young clarifying it with Brian Anslinger, and that is the call.
Brian Taylor moving his feet, and I think that's a really good call by our officials. If you're a Bowling Green fan, you just kind of shake your head and think, how have we been slowed down like this? Averaging 83 a game. We're halfway through the second half. They're only sitting at 51.
That's 3 turnovers, their last 3 possessions. Healy still can't get one to go, and the long rebound, fortunate to fall in Fulcher's hands. Now inside, O'Neal, good positioning, and he couldn't get anything to go.
You can just see on the faces of Bowling Green's players, they're frustrated by what Central Michigan is doing defensively.
And Miller will slow it down. They'll run the offense. 9:30 to go. CMU by 4. Falcons trying to get stops. Little pocket pass. Henderson. Oh, that was pretty.
Wow, what a find by Kevin Miller for his 11th assist of the night.
7 for Henderson. Miller is crafty. O'Neal, the turnaround hook is short. Offensive rebound. Turner came out of nowhere, but it popped out. Diggs fighting, and last touch by Bowling Green. Oh, that's great effort inside. Bowling Green just couldn't buy one, and they get Plowden back in the game. They need him.
That's what's driving me crazy. What a rebound. I mean, poor box out by Central Michigan, and then you can just see Diggs is trying to do everything he can to get his fingertips on that ball. But that's what's driving me nuts looking at the box score. A 39-26 advantage on the boards. 16 offensive rebounds. And yet they find themselves down 6.
And only 4 for Central Michigan. Chippewas, though, shooting 45%. Miller in complete control right now. He's got 18 points, 11 assists. Coming out party for the freshman. Off the cross. And the no-look to the corner. But Saint to beat the buzzer. And the loose ball to Taylor. Kick out Healy, 3. Yes, sir! First points of the second half for Healy, and it gets it to a 9-point advantage. CMU has equaled their largest lead. Big moment for Bowling Green. Turner bounces inside, and it hit him as he was out of bounds. And the Falcons just can't do anything offensively. They haven't scored in 3.5 minutes, and CMU's on an 11-0 spurt.
Yeah, you give Central Michigan a lot of credit for bottling up this high-powered, high-octane offense for the Bowling Green Falcons. And Michael Huger's over there on the sideline looking for answers.
Offense is humming right now under Miller. He'll drive again, and he gets fouled. And Kevin Miller going to have a couple of free throws when he comes back. Half minutes. Give us our points. And there he slaps the scores table saying, we need it, guys. Gordon completes the three-point play. That's 10 for the graduate transfer from Samford.
Some full court pressure from the Falcons, just trying to mess up the rhythm of the Chippewas.
61-54, Central Michigan leading. Big bucket there by Bowling Green. Now can they get a stop? Miller, a little head nod and goes up. Henderson can't tip it home, and the Falcons are running. Out the other way. Back to Gordon for 6 in a row. Yes, sir.
That's what I'm talking about. Just a little bit of a run. Chippewas either need a bucket or a timeout. They got to try and slow this thing down, and that's exactly what Tony Barbie wants. Can't let this thing get away.
Kevin Miller, you look like he was going to get another 2. It crawls off, and then out the other way we go for 3. 5-point swing, and it's a 4-point game. Been a great battle all night between these two. Henderson open and hits it. Wow. Similar to that 3 hit against the Huskies.
Big step back 3 there, but you got to get back in transition defense. The Falcons are in attack mode now over the final 6 minutes. They know they need buckets.
7-point advantage, 5:45 to go. Gordon, another 2? Yes, indeed. 15 for Myron Gordon. He's hot right now with 8 straight.
Senses Harrison Henderson stepping out to try and block the shot. Has the presence of mind to avoid the rim protector, and just a nice floater.
Miller, the conductor. Looking, Healy is there for 3. Same spot as Henderson.
Leading all scorers, Cam Healy. 21 on 6 threes.
Chippewas have hit 10 threes tonight and shooting 40% from deep. Gordon just continues to attack, and he's feeling it right now. A chance to go to the line to get 9 and maybe 10 in a row.
Is that on Kevin Miller?
That is.
That's his 4th. I mean, yeah, that's exactly what Tony Barbie is saying to Kevin Miller right now. You need to know you have 3 fouls, and you can't be playing defense like that. Now, maybe your best player or your best ball handler for sure has to play a completely different game over the last 5 minutes. That is a huge call.
And Myron Gordon and the Falcons got to take advantage of that. They got to hit the free throws. Gordon continues. He's got 16. Gone off now. Got a season-high 21 earlier this year. Transfer from Harcum College, NJCAA school, before going to Samford. Put up over 1,000 points in 2 years at Harcum College, so he can light it up in a hurry, as you're seeing right now. He has scored the last 10 for Bowling Green.
Double down on that trip. You get a bucket, you get fouled, draw the 4th on Miller, and then you make both free throws. Can't ask for much more.
Now the Falcons have been getting twos. The Chippewas have been getting threes. That's what's keeping this a 6-point advantage. What will CMU go to here with under 5 to play? Long way to go in Mount Pleasant. Shaping up to be a good finish. Miller goes right around Diggs. Nothing. Taylor trying to come up with the loose ball and out of bounds. Good hustle from Hodgson.
And on that drive by Kevin Miller, I understand trying to meet him at the rim and try and block that shot, but sometimes it's important to have the presence of mind to try and draw a charge. Miller has to play offense differently now, playing with 4 fouls. Try and draw a charge and try and get that 5th foul and get him out of this game.
Well, I think you know who's taking this shot. Myron Gordon has 10 straight. We'll see if they keep giving it to him. CMU to try and protect. And they've taken Miller out. The zone defense. Gordon. 13 straight.
He's hot, and you got a guy off the bench that hasn't been out here. And look at Gordon. Look at him and the intensity defensively.
He can't miss. It's a 3-point game. Now Juergens. Bowling Green bench wanted to travel.
Yeah, and I think they're right.
Ralph Basaint creating the step back 3 is no good. And right now Henderson and Miller getting ready to check back in. Gordon again is fouled, and he can make it a 1-point game when we return. Central Michigan can't stop this guy. Kevin Miller, you look like he was going to get another 2. It crawls off, and then out the other way we go for 3. 5-point swing, and it's a 4-point game. Been a great battle all night between these two. Henderson open and hits it. Wow. Similar to that 3 hit against the Huskies.
Big step back 3 there, but you got to get back in transition defense. The Falcons are in attack mode now over the final 6 minutes. They know they need buckets.
7-point advantage, 5:45 to go. Gordon, another 2? Yes, indeed. 15 for Myron Gordon. He's hot right now with 8 straight.
Senses Harrison Henderson stepping out to try and block the shot. Has the presence of mind to avoid the rim protector, and just a nice floater.
Miller, the conductor. Looking, Healy is there for 3. Same spot as Henderson.
Leading all scorers, Cam Healy, 21 on 6 threes.
Chippewas have hit 10 threes tonight and shooting 40% from deep. Gordon just continues to attack, and he's feeling it right now. A chance to go to the line to get 9 and maybe 10 in a row.
Is that on Kevin Miller?
It is.
That's his 4th. I mean, yeah, that's exactly what Tony Barbie is saying to Kevin Miller right now. You need to know you have 3 fouls, and you can't be playing defense like that. Now, maybe your best player or your best ball handler for sure has to play a completely different game over the last 5 minutes. That is a huge call.
And Myron Gordon and the Falcons got to take advantage of that. They got to hit the free throws. Gordon continues. He's got 16, gone off now. Got a season high 21 earlier this year. Transfer from Harcum College, NJCAA school, before going to Samford. Put up over 1,000 points in 2 years at Harcum College, so he can light it up in a hurry, as you're seeing right now. He has scored the last 10 for Bowling Green.
Double down on that trip. You get a bucket, you get fouled, draw the 4th on Miller, and then you make both free throws. Can't ask for much more.
Now the Falcons have been getting 2s. The Chippewas have been getting 3s. That's what's keeping this a 6-point advantage. What will CMU go to here with under 5 to play? Long way to go in Mount Pleasant. Shaping up to be a good finish. Miller goes right around Diggs. Nothing. Taylor trying to come up with the loose ball and out of bounds. Good hustle from Hodgson.
And on that drive by Kevin Miller, I understand trying to meet him at the rim and try and block that shot, but sometimes it's important to have the presence of mind to try and draw a charge. Miller has to play offense differently now, playing with 4 fouls. Try and draw a charge and try and get that 5th foul and get him out of this game.
Well, I think you know who's taking this shot. Myron Gordon has 10 straight. We'll see if they keep giving it to him. CMU to try and protect. And they've taken Miller out. The zone defense. Gordon. 13 straight.
He's hot, and you got a guy off the bench that hasn't been out here. And look at Gordon. Look at him and the intensity defensively.
He can't miss. It's a 3-point game. Now Juergens. Bowling Green bench wanted to travel.
Yeah, and I think they're right.
Ralph Basaint creating the step back three is no good. And right now Henderson and Miller getting ready to check back in. Gordon again is fouled, and he can make it a 1-point game when we return. Central Michigan can't stop this guy.
Beginning Thursday with the makeups. This is big for both teams for a lot of different reasons.
CMU finished a tight one against NIU. They lost a tight one last Tuesday against Akron. How does this one go? CMU wins, they would get to 3-3 in conference play. Falcons trying to get back to 5-6 and pull within a game of 500. They'll bleed some of the clock down. And Miller trying to go to work. Pocket pass, and Henderson lost it. And then up ahead we go. Curtis across, plowed in the stuff, and it's a 1-point game. And
all with 4 fouls. Kevin Miller, point guard for the Chippewas, with 4 fouls. Huge storylines down the stretch.
And they're doubling Miller. They don't want him to touch it. They want it out of his hands. And I think that's a smart move. Fulcher trying to face guard him, but Miller gets it.
And he's got 4, so he has to be careful defending him.
Henderson and Basaint trying to work. Healy leads the way with 21. Shot clock low. This is Kevin Miller time. 3 in the shot clock. Trying to go around Fulcher. Throws it up. Swatted out by Diggs. And only 1 second left on the timer.
And that was a long 1 second. So that buzzer's going to come quickly. Love the help side defense. Easy block for Diggs coming over.
How about Fulcher, the aggression, even with those 4 fouls? Got to be quick here from CMU. Henderson got a launch. Does so, hits it, and it doesn't go. And Tony Barbie wants him to review it.
And I think they will, but I don't think it's going to stand.
Well, everything getting reviewed. Winning plays and winning mentality.
And it's hard to say who needs this game more. Bowling Green doesn't want to fall to 4-7. Chippewas don't want to get behind the 8 ball at 2-4. Both need a win.
Gordon has had the hot hand, 15 of the last 17. Goes right at Healy and gets the bounce to hold down. And Bowling Green has the lead. 24 for Gordon. CMU hasn't had a field goal in 3 minutes. Miller now creating down the lane with the left, high off the window.
Off the bounce, Kevin Miller has been electric tonight.
73-72. Tony Barbie active on the far end, wants to stop. Gordon goes right up, turnaround, crawls off, rebound tip to Henderson, and a foul called on Bowling Green.
The free throws he shot before were big?
Yeah.
These are bigger.
I concur. And he's short. So it is going to be at worst a 2-point disadvantage for Bowling Green. 6.7 difference from shot and game clock.
Even with Plowden fouling out, your game plan doesn't change. It's got to be Myron Gordon with the ball in his hands.
Big shot for Taylor. He's got 13. It's a 2-point lead. And I agree. Got to go to Gordon.
Bowling Green's got a timeout in their back pocket if Michael Huger needs it.
Turner goes right around and runs into Basaint, and they're going to count it plus the foul. What a change. The lead. No good. And the rebound to Basaint. Central Michigan can hold and try and win this game right now.
I don't think they're going to call a timeout. I think this is it.
And Kevin Miller, you would have to think, may get this last shot. Leads the way with 21. 7 seconds to go. Miller goes to get it. 5 seconds. Miller inside. Henderson posts. And he is fouled with 3.3. Looks like a hold, and Henderson will get 2 shots as Central Michigan's in the bonus. The double bonus, rather.
That's interesting, because I wonder, Henderson seemed like he was rolling to the basket and was going to have room to get off a shot. Maybe this is a good thing for Bowling Green. You make Harrison Henderson earn it at the free throw line.
Henderson hits the first. 3.3 seconds left. He's got 13. And the Chippewas continue to shoot it well from the stripe. Henderson a perfect 5 for 5 from the free throw line. Second free throw is good. And now CMU can set up a full court press. Wondered if almost do it again. Bowling Green will go 94 feet in 3 seconds. Diggs to inbound. Up ahead. Kulach-Klovskis has it knocked away. Taylor has it. And there's the foul from Gordon. And Central Michigan is going to get some free throws. Taylor 6 for 8 at the free throw line. And he can ice it with this one.
The reason I say the first one is big is because, yes, another make ices it, or if he misses it, then it's tough to get a shot up.
CMU not even going to defend in case there's a miss. He hits it, and that's going to do it. Bowling Green will heave. It won't matter. Central Michigan has won back-to-back.